In this part of the video, I want to take the sample listing page that we have in our project. So if I open that in Photoshop, this is what it looks like. I'm going to take this portion now and convert this into a static page as well. So we already have in the first part of the video, we've already done the static version of the home page, so converting this into the listing page should be relatively simple. So what I want to do is open this up in Sublime Text. So I'm going to take the static folder here, drop it into Sublime Text, and we're using CodeKit for this project. So what I want to do is also drop the CodeKit, or rather static, into our project, into CodeKit, and so that it can track it for us while we're working on it. So if we go into our index page and we do a save as, and we'll just call it listing for now. It's just a static example, so it doesn't have to be ideal. Eventually we're going to convert these into PHP templates to use in a WordPress theme, but for now we'll just leave it as listing.html. And the difference between so we don't want to look at this from the browser. We want to have CodeKit serve this up to us, so we're going to go ahead and do that as well. Okay, minimize that, get rid of that. So the only difference really, if we look at the mockup here, is just this portion here. So everything else, the footer, the sidebar, the header, all that stuff looks the same. So it'll use the same template parts. But the only thing that's different is just this portion here. So if we go back to our Sublime Text of the listing.html, we want to go ahead and do a few adjustments to the code. So here's the article. So we won't have this anymore, so we can get rid of that. We can get rid of the right-hand side. So all we have is just the listing here. And we don't need the additional articles. Get rid of all that as well. So if I save this here, we go back to our page here. I believe this is how you would do this. Perfect. So as you can see, the styles are now gone. This is gone. So I don't really like that. I'd prefer it to be sort of more consistent with inside the post, the linking. So what I'm going to do is jump back into our main.css here. Change this to CSS. Oops, sorry, that's the wrong one. Custom. There we go. Jump into here and make some adjustments to our code. So I don't like the fact that the styles. So if I go back to, I'm going to open up another tab. So I want to look at the index page. See how this has got the orange linking, the fonts are there, all that consistency. I want that to carry over to this page as well. So what we're doing here is the right hand side has that listing. So I'm going to pull, rather it has that styling. So I'm going to pull all this stuff out of here and just kind of drop it directly inside post. Okay. And now if I look at this page, bingo. So now we have a more consistent look. Perfect. And the other thing I want to try to do as well, let's see here. Post last child border equals 0. There we go. Get rid of that border here. So what happens now is that there's a border here, there's a border here, but there's no border here. Again, much cleaner look. Nice. Okay. So this also has a lot of copy here. So let's move this in here so we can get a more accurate representation on the static version of this website. So let's drop these in here. Let's put p tags in here. Nice. Let's go ahead and close those up. Cool. And let's take a look. Okay, so that looks fine. It's should go further down on the page, and it will, because eventually we're gonna have the discuss commenting down here, pulling all that stuff down. That's cool. Okay, so now if we go back over here, not this, back over here. So we have this little box here. So what we're going to do is sort of keep this in the back of your mind. When we move this website into WordPress, eventually this will be something called a custom field. And the custom field, so every time you create a new post, you'll have these input fields for the type, for the square feet, for the rooms, for the bathrooms. So we want this to appear with every single time a post is published. We want this portion to appear. And it also has another thumbnail here. So we have a thumbnail here, a thumbnail there. So these things will have to be configured once it moves to WordPress. But for the time being, we just want the static version of all this. So the way we're going to do this at the top over here, let's do exactly that. So I'm going to do a div class. We'll just call this info. Something easy. Get rid of that. And div info. Cool. And we want to do some information inside here. So we have our image source. Let's do that now. So let's take a look at that image. So if we look at our Photoshop mockup here, it's under posts. Here we are. This is it right here. Good. Let's duplicate that. And let's trim it. And just take a look what size it is now. 191 by 128. Can we do 190 by 125? Yes, we can. Something like that. Good enough. 190 by, let's actually do it with the proportions. Perfect. Great. So let's save that as well. And we're going to call this post listing 1. And remember, all of this is going to be eventually dynamic. It's going to get pulled in. So let's not, don't worry about that. We have it inside this image folder. This will not be where these images will live permanently. Actually, let me rename this to -1. There we go. So we have that here. Drop it in here. It's inside the image folder. Cool. And inside here we have some information for us. So if we go back to our, close that, we go back here. So we have our type, apartment. Okay, so you know what this would be really good at is an unordered list. Let's do that. So let's create an unordered list. And there's no linking, so we just do list items. Perfect. Alrighty. And so what we have here, the first one's called type. Okay, type. Copy these forward. So let's do apartment. This one is going to be square foot, SQFT, 2,452. Cool. This one's going to be rooms, 3, sure, and bathrooms, 2. So we save this, we look at our page. Okay, cool. So we need some styling now. So because this is inside info container, we can create that down over here. I'll keep it above site footer. Okay, class, float right. Background, looks like it's a purple color. Purple, cool. And there's also a padding on this as well. Save that. Okay, getting close. So this color has to be white. And the unordered list, so if you put that in here, padding equals 0. And we don't need the list style, the bullet points anymore. And list style equals none. Cool, that's pretty close. So if I go back over here to our Photoshop mockup just to compare and contrast, I mean, that's getting there. So it looks like spacing could be better. Let's look at the list item. Let's do padding, 1 EM, 0. Ooh, that's too much. Let's do that, 0.5. A little too much still. Okay, so the other thing I'm noticing that, can we do margin 0? Oh, error, look at that, I love CodeKit. So we have an error, invalid CSS, after etc, blah, blah, 9177. Oh, look at that, so the semicolon's not there. Okay, let's pop that in, good to go. And there we go, nope, so let's keep the margin here. What I don't like is the spacing down here at the bottom. So if I look at this, I know why that is, but let's investigate. If I go over here, unordered list, if I look at this, this has, let's see here, padding 25. Okay, line height. Okay, that's fine. Let's pop this out. Can we do that? No. Okay. Yeah, so the margin there, okay, I see. So if we add margin 0, does that, which is close to what we're looking for. So if we do point, let's do 1 EM to the top. There we are. See, I like that. Let's do that. Cool. Save that. Alrighty. And it looks like there's some, we need some margin on the actual info container as well. So let's do that as well. Margin, top 0, right 0, bottom 25 pixel, 25 pixel. There we go. Looks good. So let's compare this to our Photoshop mockup. Yeah, I think it's pretty close. Okay, this is a little funky over here. So what I'm going to do actually, I'm going to do a little min height situation. I don't really like using min height, but I think in this case it'll work really well for us. So let's do that. So what min height should we want to do? So it's somewhere along the lines of, if I move this down, use this tool here. If I move this down, so 775. Let's give that a shot. Min height 775 pixel. Save that. There we are. So now we have a more consistent look. So if we look at this website, the homepage version of this, ooh, not at all what we want. Look at that. So what's happening? We added min height to the left side container. Not what we want to do. Let's just do that. No, we don't want to do that either. So let's. Oh, I see what's happening. So let's do this. Min height left side 775, but then this also has a left side in here. So if we just change this to height 100%, no, that's not good either. So let's see what's going on. Okay. Oh, I see. It's 100% of that. Will auto do the trick for us? No. Okay, that's not what we want at all. So as you can see, this is causing us problems. By including the left side up here, I almost want to change this to something else. Left side content. And we get rid of this. So that happens sometimes that, the way we plan things don't always go to plan. So we'll save this. We're going to lose some of the styling on the home page. So we go back over here, left side content. Okay. There we are, still funky. Okay, let's investigate further. Save this. Okay, what's going on? Oh, I see. Let's go back over here because we have it duplicating itself. So we have left side. Yeah, because the homepage, it duplicates each of these articles over and over again. So, and we use that same class, so we just need to make sure to go in and fix that for each of the duplications. So left side, now this becomes content, and down over here, left side, this also becomes content. Save that. Look at that, we're back in business. So now what we've done is we've taken the outer container, which is also on the left side, and we give it a min height of 775. And this way we achieve this look on this page, so there's more consistency here, and we achieve this look on this page. Because we want this container to be higher than this here, so that way the green background, it stays on the right-hand side, and this flushes this out. Now, presumably, I'm assuming this website's going to have a lot of content on the left-hand side, more than the height of 75 pixels. So eventually it's going to push this further down, so we shouldn't have any issues of odd behavior on the right-hand side. But, we'll see how it goes. We always have to be comfortable with changing things last minute, so we'll see how it goes. I think for now it works okay. And remember, this portion here at the bottom, it's going to be the discuss commenting system WordPress plugin. So that we'll just leave that alone for now. So I think we're good on the second portion of the static website conversion, and I think we're ready to start building the actual theme.